So, this process of deciding to break up when it's challenging to break up really reevaluates what love means. And over the course of my professional life so far, my understanding of love has definitely changed, and that love is not the deciding factor in a relationship. Oftentimes, love is seems like a deciding factor for us. Love is a reason that a lot of people stay. It's probably one of the first things that people say when you ask why you're with somebody, because I love them. It makes sense because love is an important factor in a relationship. However, love does not sustain a relationship. Love does not make a relationship healthy and functioning and secure. Like, all of those things are in addition to love. And if a relationship does not have those things, then the love does not sustain it, because two people can love each other very much and can be very bad for each other and can cause each other a lot of pain despite the fact that they love each other. And you might not be intentionally causing this person pain. It could be just like a mismatch in how the relationship is structured. I think a lot of people get into relationships without a lot of intentionality about what the relationship is going to look like and how it's going to be structured and how you're going to navigate conflict. And if you don't do that, then when you find yourself in this relationship going through all of these things, you can really cause each other a lot of heartache. And understanding that all of those other aspects of a relationship matter, such as like the healthiness and the functioning and not just the love, is really important for deciding if you should stay in a relationship with somebody or not, because love is not enough. When going through a breakup in which it is hard to break up with somebody, it's important to shift from feeling to thinking in order to help with that decision process. But one internal barrier that people face when trying to shift from feeling to thinking is a sense of urgency that comes along with those feelings. That sense of urgency is created by the discomfort that the feelings cause. The feelings are so uncomfortable that one might suppress them so that they don't have to feel them. Or one might indulge in the feelings and maybe engage in behaviors that are not necessarily healthy because of the feelings. And when we're trying to push through and navigate getting through those feelings, it can get really muddied, and our logic brain can have trouble stepping through and allowing us to use that part of our brain to make those decisions. So, one way to overcome this is to try not to suppress the feelings, but to make space for the feelings. How do we make space for the feelings? When a brain is dysregulated, a dysregulated brain struggles to make regulated decisions. So the first thing is really focusing on those emotions in a way where you're coping through them. Allow yourself to let those emotions level out, so then your brain can be more calm and you can engage in some decision making. What you don't want to do is invalidate your emotions. So you want to acknowledge that they're there, but you want to use them to help you to inform your decision. So how do these emotions help you inform the decision that you should be making? That's how you shift from the feeling to the thinking. You're using both of them. You want to have a well-rounded approach. You want to understand that these feelings are there to tell you something, but you don't want to let those feelings consume you. So, when you're going through the decision process of deciding if you should end a relationship and how you're going to go about that, it's important to consult trusted, an emphasis on the trusted, individuals in your life so that you can get some perspective and some help with that. But sometimes you might get some advice that's not so great by well-meaning people, and that's just a part of getting perspectives from other people. I think it comes with the territory. I think it's really important to consider who you're getting the advice from. If people in our lives offer different things. So are you getting advice from somebody that you feel like can really give you solid advice in this area? And even if somebody gives you some advice that you're not too fond of, I think the most important thing is remembering that you are the person who experienced that relationship, right? You have to trust yourself. So I think in getting advice from other people, it's important to consider what parts of this advice can I take and what parts of this advice can I leave behind? And there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody and them giving you advice that's not so great and you choosing to leave it behind. I think all of that is just a part of the process. It's really about you trusting yourself and leaning into your trust and taking the pieces that really resonate with you and the pieces that don't, question them. Is this not resonating with me because I'm having a hard time accepting it? And maybe that's something to explore. Or is this not resonating with me because this really doesn't align with how I'm viewing the situation? And I think that's horrible advice. So just using your intuition and really trusting yourself while you're getting that advice from other people. So, breakups can disrupt someone's sense of identity. When you're in a relationship, your identity starts to get intertwined with that person. And that's not a bad thing. You live your life with them. You have finances together. You maybe have had kids together. You have friend groups together. You are spending time with their family. They're spending time with your family. Like, who you are gets intertwined in that relationship, and your identity is somebody who's in a relationship, or one aspect of your identity, because we all have multiple aspects of our identities. But when you step out of a relationship, that changes. Your identity starts to look very different. How do you navigate not being intertwined with somebody anymore? I think one thing that some people can do to help with that is think about something that fulfills you. What is something that makes you happy, that you're passionate about? Like stepping into something that really fills your cup. Is it a hobby that you have? Is it getting back into exercise? Is it some friends that you want to make sure you're spending more time with? Like, when people go through different phases of life, I think identities shift and people have multiple identities at a time, and that's okay. So I think it's important to think about how that is a normal part of no longer being in a relationship and just having some intentionality behind, okay, now that I'm going into this new identity of being a single person again, what is that going to look like? And what can I do to make sure that I am creating a life for myself? So, creating an emotional safety plan before you even decide to break up, when you're going through that process of making the decision, can be so helpful because it helps you with knowing that there's going to be support at the other side of this. It helps you with some of that unknown that might come up when deciding how to break up. Like, what is this going to look like after? You can help starting to create what it's going to look like after by creating the safety plan, and that can help you with feeling more comfortable to step into that decision. The safety plan can look like, how are you going to cope after this? What support systems are you going to put in place? What is that structure going to look like so that you can feel like, okay, once I do this, I know that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to struggle for a little bit. I'm going to have to sit through the emotions. I'm going to have to go through all of those hard things that come with a breakup. But I know that I'm going to have some things in place that are going to make those moments a little bit more easier to get through. So I think that's why having an emotional safety plan prior to even deciding to break up can help with that process. It helps you put yourself in the space of what is this going to look like after, because there's so much fear there. There's a lot of fear of what's going to happen after this. What is my life going to look like without this person? How am I going to cope with things without this person if they were somebody who was like a big part of your emotional safety? So I think it really addresses that fear, and it also shows you what things are going to look like after in some way, shape, or form.